Hello everyone. Well, Halloween is come and gone. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, Ben and I did make a Halloween short, which in my opinion was very good. It featured a killer sock, and if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and click on this exercise ball behind me and get up to speed. I'm just going to jump right in to it this week. We've got two questions. The first one is from Karen, and she asks, what editing program do you use? I've used Adobe Premiere, I've used Pinnacle Studio something or other. I forget what it was. It cost like $100 and it was the first one that I ever ended up using. And the other one obviously that I use now is Final Cut Pro. I'm not sure why this was a question, because the editing that I do is not terribly complicated and could even be accomplished on like iMovie. So don't watch this and go, oh, he's doing a lot of jump cuts or something. If I want to do something like that, I have to purchase Final Cut Pro. No, you can do that in iMovie. You really don't need to pay money to pull that off. The second question for this week is from someone named Hunter, who asks, what is your opinion on a medical or therapeutic cure for homosexuality? In a word, baloney. I don't really believe in a cure in the purest sense and definition of that word for homosexuality. In fact, Richard Cohen, who is gained some notoriety, is kind of infamous for saying that a cure is possible, himself has been cured and has a wife and ended up cheating on her with a man. So, take these reports of being cured of this with a grain of salt. And most conversations with cured people that I've seen tend to go a little something like this. Well, hey there. Hi. So I hear that you're cured. You're no longer gay. Yes, that's true. I went through reparative therapy, and I'm no longer gay. Really? So you don't like guys anymore? You're not attracted to them anymore? Well, yes and no. I have a wife. I'm happily married. I have kids, which should prove that I'm straight, because straight people have kids. But I still am attracted to, maybe tempted would be the right word, by other men. I just don't act on that temptation anymore. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're still gay. You're just not going out with guys anymore. You're right. Well, you want to make out? Yeah, you're not really my type. That kind of solution is not really a cure. That is merely self-control. It's kind of like any guy not having sex with every other woman or every other guy out there and just staying true to one woman or one man or whatever. It's self-control, and that's what it is. And that's no big miracle or surprise. It's something that has existed since the beginning of time, since the beginning of marriage, since the beginning of pledging, your loyalty and commitment to one person. And I'm sorry, that is really mutating the definition of the word cure in my mind, which again would be a wonderful segue to the topic of marriage and same-sex marriage and, words changing definition, but I will still hold that for later. You haven't really fixed the root cause, the deep root cause of all of this. You just sort of put a band-aid over a huge, deep puncture wound and called it good and assumed that it's cured and fixed, but it isn't. And ultimately, like we've seen with Richard Cohen, things, people will have trouble down the road, I think, with this, and I know there are hundreds of people out there who will disagree with me on this, and I welcome your responses, because I know I haven't touched upon every aspect of this, and there was no way really that I could hope to do that in a 3-minute video. So comment away, prove me wrong, prove me right, whatever you want to do. I'd love to continue this discussion. Ultimately, we don't understand yet why some people are gay, why some people are straight, and why some people are bisexual. And until we understand that, I don't think we can really ever say that we've truly cured anything, or can even begin the process of curing anything. history is full of examples of people treating symptoms, coming up with bizarre cures for ailments that don't really make sense. If you don't understand the cause, if you think that the reason someone is ill is because their internal humors are out of balance, and your solution is to bleed them and put a bunch of leeches on them or something like that, you haven't really cured them because you don't really know what's causing the illness. And your methods, as a result, are going to suffer. So that, I think, really is the end of this video for me. I've said just about everything that I can say about this, and yeah, I'm sure I'll be hearing from some of you positively or negatively, and again, I welcome all those comments. I would like to wrap up by saying, obviously, you will hear from both Jack and Wes later on this week on this topic, so be sure to watch their responses to this question. Obviously, continue to email me questions. My email is very easy to remember. It's mailmichelli@gmail.com. And, of course, as always, until next week, try to stay out of the dark.